Wendy Williams is a seasoned American broadcaster and scriptwriter who makes her home in New York City. She was born on July 18 in New Jersey to Shirley and Thomas Williams, and she is famous for her talk program, The Wendy Williams Program. Her parents' names are Shirley and Thomas Williams. She carved out a special place for herself in the industry after relocating to New York in order to pursue her passion for hosting. Like Wendy, both of her sisters are well-known individuals, and like Wendy, both of her sisters have been involved in conflicts that have led to public feuds with various celebrities. Her elder sister is 2 years older than her younger sister. Williams has found herself in a heap of trouble on several occasions thanks to her participation in contentious activities and her forthright manner of speech. She continued to be unrepentantly vocal about her life despite the controversies that surrounded her, and even the death threats that she received. After many years of struggle in New York as a radio jockey and an ambitious host, she revealed in her book that she is a proud Black woman. This came after she had spent those years in the city. Her perseverance paid off when she was given the opportunity to host The Wendy Williams Show, which was a hit from 2008 all the way through 2022. During this time, she became well known due to the audacious actions she took and the straightforward manner in which she expressed herself. Unfortunately, in spite of the success she had in her professional life, her home life was a complete mess. Williams was already involved in a number of romances prior to marrying her first husband, Tranberth Girigori. Sadly, the couple were only married for a total of 5 months before they divorced each other. After some time, the couple's decision to divorce was finalized. After that, she married Kevin Hunter, who became her second husband and remained her partner for the next 20 years. Together, they were successful in having a child, who is now 22 years old. In spite of this, the marriage was dissolved in 2020, shortly after she learned about Hunter's extramarital affair. The fact that Kevin fathered a child with his adulterous affair with Sharina, which resulted in the delivery of a child, was the primary factor in their decision to end their marriage and pursue divorce proceedings. This event took place in 2019 while he was still married to Wendy, and the two of them finalized their divorce the following year, in 2021. Wendy was well aware of Kevin's affair, and despite the fact that it broke her heart, she made the decision to end their relationship once he took such an extreme step. The debate has recently been rekindled as a result of Kevin's attempt to agitate Williams with the assistance of his new attorneys. The fact that Kevin was no longer receiving alimony from Williams was the spark that set off this feud. It would appear that Kevin retained new legal representation and utilized it against Wendy in order to get revenge on her for stopping his alimony payments. He made up a story that she had broken the agreement they had made, and then he started pressuring her for money to pay for his new legal representation. In addition, Kevin was using Wendy's money to buy goods for Sharina, including a home for her. He even went so far as to buy a car for her. Williams made the decision to respond by taking an approach that was both bold and nuanced. She decided to find out the truth about her husband's affair, so she hired a private investigator. It was revealed that the reason Kevin wanted an increase in his alimony payments was because all of the enterprises he had started with Sharina had failed, putting him on the verge of financial ruin. Kevin was adamant about not agreeing to the terms of their divorce, which stated that the severance compensation might be revoked under certain circumstances. If Wendy continued to refuse to pay the alimony, he went so far as to threaten to have the house foreclosed on. Kevin's demands and pressure caused Wendy Williams' audience to get more and more irate, and they urged Kevin to get a job so that he could provide for himself. It is now very clear that Kevin exercised control over Wendy even while the two of them were married. Nevertheless, the provisions of their divorce make it quite plain that the severance compensation may be terminated, modified, or increased in any way that either party desires. It is totally up to Wendy to decide whether or not to continue paying him alimony after they have divorced. After hearing Wendy's response, Kevin's attorneys were left with no other choices. This was also reflected in her working life. As Kevin stopped appearing for the filming of her show, another host was brought in, but this didn't seem to work out very well. After 13 great seasons of the show, it was finally canceled, and Wendy was left with a number of difficulties with her mental and physical health. Since then, Wendy has been concentrating her attention solely on herself. She is really thankful that she began treatment for her drinking problem and has been very open about her drinking addiction. She also expressed her gratitude